Down south in North Carolina, the L1 recuperates after having returned from an unexpected fast ride to Washington behind the Mallard. Mallard returns to the roundhouse to find a tank engine that looks more green than usual. Mallard asks what's wrong, and the L1 proceeds to unload on Mallard for the crazy ride. The 5600 leaves town, partly because of a freight order, partly to avoid the fireworks. Sheriff Panko has a new ride, a B-40-8 diesel locomotive, and is investigating reports of moonshine at the Majolica sawmill. The sheriff asks the 5600 if she knows anything about moonshine liquor in the area. The 5600 says she hasn't seen anyone attempting to lick the moonlight, but will be certain to report it if she does. The J-50 returns from his unexpected flight to Atlanta, but is routed onto the wrong track in the station complex. The Amtrak train is running on time today. I wonder why. The J-50 appears to be blocking the Amtrak train's path. The J-50 is no longer blocking the Amtrak train. It's not like the switch tower operator to make mistakes like that. I wonder what's wrong with him. Ferry Battle is making his way back from Asheville, and the run is going very smoothly. Spoke too soon. The 5600 must not have been reading the timetable. Oh well, Battle isn't too peeved. The delay is minor. The 5600 proceeds down the Clinchfield Railroad to find her freight assignment. The Ginty is doing some shunting. Or, no, it's switching when the American freight cars are involved. Sheriff Panko arrives in Ye Old Fortress behind his new assistant. While the sheriff's ride goes to take care of some business, the sheriff asks the Ginty if she's seen any moonshine liquor in the area. The Ginty says she thinks she has and takes the sheriff to see it. This is, in fact, not what the sheriff is after, but the sheriff isn't sure how to explain what this stuff is in terms a locomotive would understand. The B-40-8 seems to have an interesting side hustle for someone new to law enforcement. The J-50 returns from his second unscheduled flight to Atlanta, this time with a splitting headache. Ferry Battle enters Spencer Yard, nearly back to the home station. Ferry Battle is routed into the yard, which is not the station. The tower operator made a mistake, that's all. Ferry Battle will back up and try again. The 5600 has picked up her freight assignment, coal, something the engine is well familiar with from the Welsh coal fields. Ferry Battle takes another crack at the Spencer interlocking. So far, so good. Ferry Battle has been routed onto the trolley interchange, which is also not the station. Chadson, a trolley whose personality is even more over the top than his paint scheme, rolls up next to Ferry Battle and stares at him. Battle, in turn, stares at Chadson. Chadson asks if Ferry Battle is from around here. Battle replies that he was built on the 4th of July, has ranch dressing-covered mac and cheese hamburgers for breakfast, and goes to sleep by counting how many fireworks he can fit in his firebox. Spot rolls by and tells Chadson to stop staring at the British engine. Chadson's only reply is to start playing Yankee Doodle on a phonograph as loudly as possible. Ferry Battle has had enough of Yankee Doodle Trolley and backs up for another try at the interlocking. Spot comes up behind Chadson. He tells him the red coat has gone away and to get moving. The 5600 arrives in Majolica and makes her delivery at the trolley line's power generating station. The freight motor thanks the 5600 for breakfast. Ferry Battle tries again at the interlocking and is routed onto the Ice House track, which still is not the station. Battle's driver goes to have a word with the tower operator. The 5600 is back in the yard and heading for the turntable. The L1 asks to use the turntable in hopes of getting out of the roundhouse quickly. The J50 sees the 5600 approaching the turntable and hatches a genius plan. The J50 has heroically thrown himself into the turntable pit to prevent the 5600 from hogging up the turntable. Unfortunately, this has also had the effect of taking the turntable completely out of service until he can be extricated from the pit. The 5600 stops only long enough to dump her ashpan and leaves, having had no intention of using the turntable at all. The L1 is wishing to be anything other than a London Northeastern engine right now. Having had a nice social call with the tower operator, Ferry Battle's driver stumbles back onto the footplate and heave-hos Battle towards the station. The driver's stop positions on the platform are very precise today. The yard goat retrieves the crane to pull the J50 out of the turntable pit. That's not the words. Okay, now we really derailed. Come on. Go on. You do have some power there, right? Perfect. Guide this thing for every switch. I mean, I know she's got big flanges, but geez, it needs a little more.